Hello. All right, we can get started. We have 1 hour to do this, so I'm gonna have to speed run like really fast because there is a lot that we're gonna go through today. Yep, I am Virginia Leo. I specialize in music composition, sound design, and audio implementation. I've been freelancing remotely for about 5 years. And I'm a huge advocate for game jams. I participated in many of these, came third place in audio out of 2,000 submissions during Ludum Dare 51, and I'm also a mentor for the Global Game Jam and many more game jams. Yes. I'm also a panelist for something called Let's Make a Video Game Live on Stage at PAX West, where I can show you a quick little video of what it looks like.
Dev mode.
I'm just gonna mute it a sec, but that's us on stage. There's me. We have like a programmer, an artist. We have a whole like little thing going on with a projector, and then this is like all the crowd that we're participating with. So it's a really cool event. If you're ever at PAX West or PAX East, come and see it. And today I'm going to be doing something similar, but by myself. So it's going to be a lot more tricky without a team, but here we go. I started working as a composer and sound designer on The Baby in Yellow by Team Terrible about 4 years ago, or a Lovecraftian comedy horror babysitting game, that's a mouthful, with over 300 million downloads worldwide. I don't know if anybody has heard of this game in this room. Oh, cool. Originally, it was crafted in 48 hours during the GMTK Game Jam, so this is actually a game that came from a game jam, believe it or not. The game went viral online, and the company was created by ex-AAA devs, Aaron and Greg, my good friends, and 2021. And yeah, so game jams can be pretty special things, to be honest, sometimes. Um, oh, what's this? You've got mail? And by the way, this is kind of how my job even started. I woke up one day and I got an email from Team Terrible, and that's how it all began. So this is quite accurate to real life. So, what does our mail say? Congratulations, you've been hired. We're developing a new fast-paced third-person hack and slash action RPG in Unreal Engine and are desperately in need of your audio expertise. Seriously, we don't have any sounds or music, and our deadline's literally today. You have 1 hour to submit all your work, and this is from Meet a Deadline in Corporate. So this is what we're going to be doing today. I'm going to need your help to get my job done in an hour. So I hope you're looking forward to that. So this is the game we're going to be using today. It's called just RPG. It's actually an Unreal Engine 4 learning resource that is free to download, so you can actually check it out. It was in the Unreal Engine Marketplace, which now has been transformed to Fab, it's called. But you can literally download this whole template for free. It's a game that you can absolutely do whatever you want to it. You can check out how it was made. You can do whatever you want with it. I think it's a great thing for especially people learning to open something that's pre-made and kind of dissect it, and we're kind of going to be doing that, but with only audio today. So what we're going to be doing is a lot of stuff. We're going to be doing voiceover, we're going to be doing sound effects, and we're going to be doing music. So this is all the stuff we're going to be needing. And I'm going to try and spend about 15 minutes for each category. I have a timer here because if we don't time manage, we're not going to get anything done. So when I hit this button, I'm going to need one of you to help me out. So I don't know who's confident and wants to do this, but there's a casting call and we need a voice actor. So who's brave enough to voice? We have a guardian and we have a character. I can either split this up and do this with more people, but I think we're just gonna stick with 2 people because that might get a little crazy. So when I hit this button, I need somebody to volunteer because if you don't, there won't be any voice in the game. Is anybody feeling up for it? Oh, we got a few hands. We got a few hands. Who should we have? Who wants to do? Let's do the character first. Who wants to do that guy? Can you do like a God of War kind of Kratos impression? That's kind of what I'm vibing with right now. So I think guy in the back with the white shirt, you very I can see you very clearly. Come down here. We'll record you for a little bit. Don't worry, it's embarrassing. I've done this plenty of times by myself, and it's yeah, it's very awkward. I mean, he just looks exactly like this. So just give me like your deepest voice. If you don't give me your deepest voice, I can pitch it. Don't worry, I can make you sound really cool. No problem. So what are we going to be using today is this is called a H1N handy recorder. It's about like 80 to 100 bucks. It's pretty affordable for a microphone. And usually this is what I just do for like a quick game jam or something. But hold on, I think it's plugged in. It shouldn't be. You can actually just record stuff on your phone, by the way. Like you don't have to use devices like this. Here we go. All right. So these are your lines. You don't have any lines, by the way. It's just noises. So you're just gonna have to do noises. Is that okay? Is it too late to tell you this? Well. Alright, you're gonna hit start and you're gonna need to do. So we have when the player attacks, so when he swings his sword, it's like like that kind of thing. I need you to do that 3 times. Okay. Give me like a space between each. Actually, come a little bit here so people can see. And then I'm gonna need you to do 3 grunts when he's rolling. So I'm trying to think of like if your buddy's rolling, how would that sound? And when you hit, so like you know, thing. And when you die. So I'm gonna need to take. Yeah. It's quite a lot, but do you think you're ready for it? Well, and I need you to take a little second between each one. So I'll help you out, okay? And we're gonna put this down because I can't multitask. All right. So I'll tell you when to. Take 1 is the character effort cue when player attacks. All right, next one. This is character grunt when player rolls. And this one is character hit when player is hit. Amazing. We have. Oh, this one's a fun one. Okay, this character expire when player dies. Very dramatic. We can do this one. It's kind of boring, but it's just a big gulp. It's just like a. Yeah. Go. Amazing. Thank you so much. Big round of applause. Thank you so much, Ethan, for helping us. You're gonna hear your voice in the game shortly. If this actually got recorded and I can implement it. Alright, we need a guardian real quick. Guardian, who wants to be our enemy? You. Over here. So, I'm not sure what he sounds like, but he's an enemy type. Yeah. You really want to be like really gross and like, sure. Yeah, you look pumped. You got this. What's your name? Max Million. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right. So we're gonna need you to do. We're gonna have 2 guardian attacks. So just like like the attack twice. Okay. And then a death. Okay. So 4 for you. He had a lot more. Sorry. So are you ready? Yes. Now we're gonna do the death. Okay. Cool. Alright, now we actually have to put on the game. Give me a second. So what we're gonna do is we're going to open up where are we? We're gonna open up. This is also how you should always make sure you're organizing your files and folders. So we have our SFX project. We're gonna open that up. We're gonna put the microphone in the laptop and quickly try to get all those lovely sounds that we've recorded into the actual computer from the microphone. Here we go. Here are our sounds. Yay, we got them all. That's good. Good stuff. And what we're going to do. Oh, sorry, this is the mistake. That's the sound effects folder. We need the voiceover project. Here we go. All right. Okay, so luckily I already have everything kind of set up, so this shouldn't be too crazy. We're going to just paste those in here, and we're going to drag them in. Does anybody use Ableton? Nice, cool. Yeah, it's definitely one of my favorites. Alright, bear with me because I have 2 hands. I wish I had 3 right now. So we're going to, where are we? Character effort. Let's just listen back to these. If the sound works. We'll do take one is character effort cue. Okay, now we've got the character effort cue. Stick it up here. Just pretend there's like some music playing while you wait. Alright, then we don't want any grid. This is the fun part. It's just editing. So bear with me. It's not the most exciting thing, but it's very necessary. Oh, and the reason why we've done 3 is not just because I'm having fun and I want to. It's because we need variation. So when you're doing video game audio, you absolutely need variation. If you have the same like that same sound over and over again, you get really tired of hearing it. So we absolutely need some kind of variation. Usually we'd want way more than just 3, but just for the sake of this, yes. So let me just quickly try and edit the other ones. I wish I could like talk and do this faster, but it's quite difficult. Hold on. Also, I'm working on a small screen here. If you do sound design, I highly recommend always having like more than one screen because it's really nice having the game engine on one screen and then your actual DAW on another screen. This is definitely gonna take a little more time. So what do we have here? We've got the effort. Oops, don't record. Nice. Those are really clean. Good job. All right. We're almost there. Almost there. Just gotta edit a couple more of these, and then we're actually going to be exporting them and putting them in Unreal Engine. And then I haven't even shown you the game yet. You should be excited. It's almost there. Oh, I've been doing this wrong. Hold on. This actually should be here. This should be here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We still have about, oh gosh, yeah, we don't have too much time. We gotta hurry up. We got the death and the potion, and then that's it. We're gonna be doing the guardian afterwards. Hold on. Also, by the way, I've never actually like done an audio jam before. I usually make games with people from scratch. Like doing all the sounds from scratch by itself is quite a challenge, but I'm definitely up for it, and we're gonna get it done. Don't worry. What's this one? This one's a guardian. Oh no, that's the drinking. Awesome. All right. Cool. Okay, we have all the the character. So let's delete these. Okay. We'll quickly. I guess we'll just quickly get the guardian in as well, just so we make sure we have a boy in the game as well. Thanks. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Got this one. By the way, like editing, there's a lot more that goes into editing. It's not really just like cutting and doing this. Like usually you want to actually manipulate the sound a bit more. I would like to be able to do that, but we probably need 2 hours to like actually, But I'm gonna show you something because in Unreal Engine you can actually change a lot of the sounds in the engine itself, even like you can do manipulation before you put it in the engine, but also after. So, all right, I think we got all our sounds. Let's quickly export them, and then we're going to be moving on to this little guy. So another thing is with projects. So this is our like actual Unreal project. What you want to do is you always want to export to something called source audio. If you don't have a source audio folder, you should have one because that is where all your sounds are going to live from the game. So we are going to need to title those afterwards. Let's see if we can quickly get those. Yeah, if you're not organized, like doing this stuff, it's gonna be tough. So, bear with me. Let's listen back to some of these. Nice. Cool. All right, I think these are good. They're good. We're gonna do some pitch shift into them just for fun afterwards as well. Alright, we should be done with our voiceover now. So, and it should all be in here. Some of it's not named very well. Let me just delete those. We got 5 minutes to implement them. It's alright. We'll get them in. It's just, you have to be very, very nitpicky with the way you name things. I know it's very boring for me to talk about that, but you don't know how important it is when you start having thousands of sounds. If you don't name things properly, it's gonna be a absolute tragedy. So, alright. Okay, I think it's time to implement. So, what we have here is we have a WAV folder, and you're going to want to import straight from the source audio. So I'm just going to get all of these. I'm not even sure what that one is. See, that one's not named very well. But we're going to put them in here, and there they are. Going to want to save those. All right, so now the fun begins. So now we have all our sounds. We're actually going to put them in the game. So how do we do that? We want to use sound cues. So sound waves are it's just the audio. Whoa, that was pretty. That's just the audio. But how do we actually tell the game where to play it? So those are called sound cues. So these are sound cues, these are waves. So when you open this, this is what, I don't know, does anybody use Unreal Engine in here? Am I just being boring? Okay. you probably know this stuff then. But let's quickly put our sounds in. So what was this? This was effort. So if we can, yep. Video, oh, here we go. It's happening. We're getting them in. Here we go. And also, I probably should show you a little bit of what the game is like right now, because there is literally like no sound in it. So just want to make sure I'm not cheating, okay? So this is our game. There is one sound, I will admit. That is the only sound you're gonna hear because I actually don't know where it lives. So this is the kind of game you just run around. You can hit. You can drink potions. There's also spells. So right now there is no sound. Okay, promise. But now there will be. So if we've got this. So we're doing a random node, so it's going to select one of these. The modulator, actually, you can modulate, so every time that the sound is triggered, you can modulate its pitch a little bit, so it's always going to sound a little bit different. Okay, let's pitch it down a bit for some fun. Let's do like a 7. Okay, that's not too bad. Maybe a little less. Okay, we'll do that. And then we're gonna save that. And now, when I attack, you should be able to hear it. Oh no. Oh, here we go. Oh, I think I actually need to hit the enemy. I swear I hit it for a sec. Anyway, let's keep implementing them. I think I hit it like 1 or 2 in there. Let's play death. Let's see if that one works, because that one's gonna be loud. I'm gonna turn that one up. Put you down a bit. Great. Let's see. So I'm just gonna let him die. See what happens. Also, I feel like this whole talk is just gonna be about voiceover because we still have a lot more to do. This is very, very nearly impossible. I don't know why I picked to do this, but we're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going. Let's see if he actually dies. If he doesn't, this is gonna be very disappointing. All right, that's it. That's good. How we do? We have 1 minute. Let's at least put some Guardian noises in here, because geez, we are running out of VO time. We gotta move on to the sound effect next and the music. Where are we? We have our character here. We have creatures. Here we go. There's a Guardian attack. T. There he is. Oops. Word. Yeah. Yes, cool. Well, we do need a sound effect for when it's sort of swinging, but we haven't got to that yet, so we'll just see if this works for now at least. Let's see. And then we have Guardian Death as well. Okay. There you go. Cool. For these, I think we actually want to pitch them up a bit, because I think that's going to be fun. Let's do like a 1.4. And my time is running out. We're gonna have to move on to the next one as soon as I finish this first. Okay. Also typing with one hand. This is. Let's see. Okay. Let's see if the Guardians have any noises. Here we go. I think that's one of the we're gonna get. Unfortunately, let's move on to the sound effects. At least we have some in there, luckily. That is good news. I'm glad you enjoyed that. All right, let's move on to the sound effects. So, and thank you again for helping me do the voice acting, because that was a lot of fun. Let's move on to sound effects. So, with our sound effects project, We have a lot to get through here. I actually tend to do about 36 sounds. We might get like 10 then. Let's see how this goes. So first of all, we have the impact. So this is when the guardian gets hit. It's like that flashy sound. And the way that we're going to do that, we don't need any more voice acting stuff. But what we do need is a sound library. So, oops, where are you? Where is this library? Here we go. Sound library. So these are just a few sounds that I've collected that I think we will be working on today. So we have these. You know, simple. I think I like that one. I'd usually like to layer sounds, but I think just for the purpose of time, we're just gonna put these ones in. Maybe we'll layer maybe one extra. It's a bit short. Just gonna, I think we're gonna export one of these at a time because that might be faster. So let's just do this one for now. And this is gonna be sound effect. Okay. And we have a footsteps here, which I think I'm just gonna directly put into our source audio straight in here because these are already done, luckily. But what we do want, kind of a sweetener maybe. Where is that? The sweetener. So sorry, I'm not really explaining what I'm doing. Just because. So I don't know if you guys know what a sweetener is, but it's kind of like a sound that plays on top of another sound, just to give it a little extra. So for the footsteps, this is gonna be our sweetener. Nope, that's not it. This one. So it's like rustling of armor, and I think that's gonna help the character feel a bit more heavy. You know, his armor's moving as he's moving. You have to think with sound design, it's like every single thing you do has to be for a reason. You can't just do stuff because you want to. Like there is a reason to why certain sounds should be there, and you can either do things simple or you can do things the hard way. But we just want it to be good quality, so I'm gonna get these three in there. Oh, I paused my timer, so I don't know what time it is. Oh no. Okay. We'll just do a couple more of these. I think we'll do the sword swing, and then the ambience obviously is needed, and then I think we'll move on to music for the last thing. Okay, I'm gonna leave that. Oh, okay. I think. Oh, we need enemies. Oh, I know what to do with that. Let's actually hold on. Let's quickly do the enemies because I'm going to show you a little technique. This is how you loop tracks. So if I get my project out again, sound library. Okay. So for ambience, it's kind of like a cave. So I think where is it? Let's use this one. So we want it to be about maybe like 30 seconds is fine. And if you just watch what I'm doing, I'm just gonna like make a loop so it doesn't pop or make any weird noise when it repeats. So that's like very quick loop. So you cut the end of it, you put it at the beginning, and then you crossfade them. So that should be our piece. And also Ableton, I love you because you have renders loop, which I like to do on top, just in case. Just pull that out. Yes. All right. Cool. That's. I wish we could do more of these sounds, but I think we've got the ones that we need. Now we're gonna have to import them. So they go in the web, right in here. Gosh knows what I named them because I wasn't paying attention. But let's see, what do we have? We've got, oh, here are footsteps. So those are in, and then, oops. Then we have, what's it lacking? All right, let's actually put these in first, and then we'll import the other ones real quick. It keeps freezing when I'm trying to. All right, there you go. Oh, that's sweetness, which I named twice, but it's fine. Okay. And then what you want to do is connect these in the mixer, and the mixer basically mixes those two sounds together. So if we play, it's a little quiet, but let's do like 2 and 1. This is the volumes. Okay. Now we should have footsteps. Not the most exciting part of video game sound, but one that is absolutely necessary. And we have, let's quickly implement our creature has footsteps too, because if we don't So if we don't put the creature's footsteps, we're actually not going to be able to know where they are, and that's going to be really game breaking. So it's really important to be able to know, audio isn't just like, oh, it sounds nice. It's like it has a purpose, and especially game sound always needs a purpose. Why are you adding that in? Is it going to help the player? Is it going to confuse the player? Because if I put something else in here that doesn't sound like footsteps, it would definitely be very confusing. I pitched this up a little bit because I think the enemy is a bit shorter, so it'd have like lighter footsteps. So this is also a way to show you that you can reuse the same assets multiple times, save on memory, and just change and pitch shift and manipulate them. So now the enemy should have some footsteps too. All right, that's good. Where are we? We need a couple more things, I think. How we doing? All right. I think we need the ambience because, wow, the game is really plain and boring without any ambience. Can you imagine? Like, yeah, that's not good. So let's put some ambience in real quick and it really makes a huge difference. You'll see what I mean. Also, make sure it's looping, because if it doesn't, it's only going to play once. So you can either add a node for looping, or you can actually click on the wave player and just make it loop from here. Either way, it works. So it's coming together. It's coming together now. We got a little bit of ambience going on. We got footsteps. We got some sounds. Oh, we need that sword swing in there. That's pretty important. And then I think we're gonna want to music next. Okay. It's been quiet, but we can hear. Alright, we got it. I don't know why the player isn't doing his voice, so it's kind of weird. Maybe let's see if we can quickly add his role. This is something that is very repetitive. The kind of process is that you always implement and then you always test. So, I don't know why. Oh, you do hear it. It's just very, very quiet. That's another thing is mixing game audio. Wow, that's like pretty difficult because it's a dynamic mix. There's like so many sounds that are going on. If something's too quiet, you're gonna miss it. So, yeah, sounds good. All right. How much time do we have? Okay, I think we can move on to music then. I think that'll be enough. The music's gonna like bring everything together because it's all right now. This sounds, but music is honestly it's kind of my bread and butter. So let's go into the music side of things for fun. at the very end. So I'm not gonna like make music from scratch right now, that would be insane, because we literally have 10 minutes. So luckily I prepared something for you. I did bring my little keyboard, if maybe we have time to add in like one layer live, we'll see. I'm gonna play the track and maybe you can recommend what you think should go in it for maybe an extra little thing. So we're just opening the music up now. Load, because there's plugins that are pretty heavy. All right, here we go. So I made this last night very, very quickly, and what we have here is pretty simple. We have some drums. A bit quiet. Let me see if I can quickly just... I love to do this. I know it's not the best thing, but it saves my life sometimes. Do we have ozone installed on here? Because that would be very useful. Oh no, I can't see it. Okay. There's something called ozone. It's really good for mastering, which I like to use, but because everything's very quiet, let's see if I can.
If you gotta connect it to the main like channel, like
Oh, to the main? Oh, yeah,
yeah,
that's true. And then I'll turn it off afterwards because I don't want it to, where is it? There we go. Okay. I'll turn it off when I export just to get. Okay. We got a few layers of drums going on. Obviously, it's an action game, so like drums are really important. I froze these. Hold on, let me unfreeze these just to quickly show you what they look like. Okay, so we're using some stuff. These are just kind of drum loops that you can get with native. So we're using action strikes, perfect for action RPG game. This is one of my favorite things called damage. Sounds absolutely amazing. It's really good. And then see at the bottom here, all the notes, you can change the loop, but try to pick ones that sounded, good together. Then we got some strings. And for the strings, we're using a Spitfire Albion. Really my favorite string VSC is absolutely amazing. So this is just a little pattern, fits with the drums. Okay. And then I added in some brass just to make things a bit more exciting. Brass really makes things feel epic, As soon as you add in the brass, it's like, oh, so epic. And then just for some ambience, we've got like these spooky kind of, atmospheric spookiness. I don't know what to call it. Describing music is very abstract, but it fits in because it's got a lot of high frequencies that blend really well with all the low frequencies. It's nice to mix of everything in here right now. I was thinking of maybe adding one extra one, but I do want to go through this, so I'm just gonna dissect the project, show you what that was like. Also for the synths here, I'm using Ashlight, which is a very, 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 very good synth that you can do some really cool stuff with. There's so many sounds in here that you can manipulate and change. But yeah, that was one of my favorites. So those are all secrets, by the way. Don't go telling everyone, because those are some of my favorite VSTs that I don't usually show to anybody. So anyway, so luckily we already have the music exported, so I don't have to worry about that because we're running out of time. But here it is. sure it's set to 1. And make sure this is looping, because again, if it's not looping, the music's gonna stop. So looping is ticked on. Good. So that's just the track that you heard. So now it's in the game. Sorry, I'm cheating. But here we go. He didn't do his death? Okay. I think the music could be a little louder, but that's it. That's it. I'm gonna move on. Hold on. Actually, let's turn it up just a little bit and then play it again just to see if you can hear. Oh, I'm pulling through. Okay, never mind. Yeah. That means that it's done. It's done. Something. Yeah, there you go. All right, we're done here. Let's go back to the presentation. Thank you, by the way, for the invitation. All right, so this is what I used today. I used Unreal Engine 4.27, which is free to download. I used Action RPG, which is also free to download. I used Ableton Live 12 Suite, very expensive, so you can use Reaper instead for free. But I also used the Zoom Handy Recorder, not too expensive, but you can also use your phone, because phones have seriously good recording capabilities nowadays, and I don't want people to feel like, game audio is inaccessible because it's so the tools can be very expensive, and I just want to make sure that everybody knows that anyone can do this. Like, literally, it just takes time, practice, and a lot of dedication. And don't pay full price for things if you're a student. You should always get a discount on stuff. So. Here are some free plugins. I do have a sheet I'm going to share at the end with all the actual links to this stuff. This is not stuff I use today. This is just free stuff that you should be downloading if you don't have it, because why not? It's free and it's really good. So these are some really, really useful things. Secrets, again, don't tell everybody because they're really good. These are plugins. These are libraries. There's some NASA stuff, which is really cool. I didn't know if you knew that. NASA has like free sounds you can use from space. It's absolutely crazy. And we have free VFT plugins. So you don't need to pay for expensive stuff. You could get like free orchestras on your laptop like today, which is pretty cool. And yeah, if you need anything, just let me know or go onto the Discord. Here's a quick fun thing that will make you laugh just before we finish it off. This is why game audio implementation matters. I don't know if any of you have played Mega Man X7, but if you have, you know what I'm about to show you.
Burn to the ground! Burn to the ground! Burn to the ground! Try for me! Burn to the ground!
So this is what you don't do when you're making games.
Burn to the ground! Burn to the ground! Try for me!
So I think you can tell what's going on here. It's literally the same sound getting triggered over and over again for the same action, and it's absolutely hilarious. But this is gonna drive people insane. So don't do this. But it is a very good video to show you this because I love it. Anyway, here we go. Thank you so much. Thank you for being patient and watching me go on this crazy journey with you. It's been a lot of fun. This is my website and my YouTube. You can find me on Instagram. Happy International Women's Day. Oh. I don't know if we have time for questions. Does anybody have a question? I feel kind of awkward. Oh, hi.
When doing work, like starting out, how many free projects would you suggest doing?
None. No, I'm kidding. Like, it depends. Like, I would only really do free projects if it's like a student thing. If it's other students, Definitely, don't ask other students to pay if you're also a student. I mean, that's the whole point. So you're supposed to be teamwork. So I would only do it in a university setting, but if you have a degree and you graduate and you get out of university, don't do anything for free. Like this is personally, okay? Like you can do whatever you want, and I don't like to be, give people advice, to be honest, but personally, my journey is, even if it's $10, like, just don't do it for free, because there's something about integrity as a professional, and if you want to go on that career, then even just say give me $10, I'll do it. But just for free is yeah, it's controversial. Yes. Do we? Is this okay?
Yeah.
Do we have time? Okay. Just checking. Yeah. Hi.
Hello. So with your music and working games, have you maintained any like performance royalties, or if not, like what is the pay structure for the user experience?
That's very dependent on every project you work on. Like, that's a very tricky thing with game music, is that there is no rule. I wish there was, I wish there was a rule for us composers in games to be like, oh, this is how it always works. But it very is context dependent. Some people don't get any performance royalties, but they'll get like royalties from game sales, which is like completely random, And this is just something that you have to discuss early on with your project and make sure that you're on the same page, because it's something that really varies. So I'm sorry, it's not a great answer, but it's the way it is. Hi.
What led you to freelance?
Yeah, I chose freelancing because I like being my own boss. First of all, it's great, but you have to have a lot of self-discipline. You really need to like get out of bed, do the job, because you are the person that you're relying on. But to be honest, I just fell into it. I didn't decide to be self-employed. I just fell into doing that, and I wouldn't mind working employed, but I like the liberty of just being able to work on as many projects. Sometimes when you're tied down to one project, you can't really work on others, but when you're self-employed, you have that kind of creative freedom to be able to work on multiple things, and that's very stimulating because like I worked on like 4 projects at the same time, and I was making like sci-fi music, then like horror music, then it's like every day it gives you something a bit different to look forward to doing. Maybe I have ADHD, I don't know, but like, it's just something stimulating. Yeah. Hi.
When it comes to composing music, how much like music theory education do you need to have versus to like,
Sure.
okay, this sounds like this, it sounds like that. Obviously, you need to know what chords go together.
Yeah.
But how deep in music theory did you have?
See, I love this question because so my background is, yes, I know music theory, and I studied piano from when I was 9 years old. It was like all the classically trained stuff, all that road. But to be honest, I don't really like music theory. I don't really like it. It's a lot of mathematical things. I'm much more abstract than logic, so I don't really apply that to what I'm doing. I can read music, I can tell you what it is. I think music theory is very important for communicating ideas. So if you're talking about your idea and you don't know how to talk about it, that is a problem. So I think music theory is very important for communicating, but when you're creating, you don't have to think about that. You just have to do what you feel. Like, I write out of what I hear sounds good, I don't think, oh, this chord would obviously work on this because after a fifth you should do a fifth. Like, it's it's creative. Don't put yourself in a box unless you like doing that. And there's people that love music theory and they want to apply to it. They want to apply everything. And if you enjoy that, do that. If you don't enjoy it, don't do it. You're welcome. Hi.
I just had a quick question. If you could quickly explain. So me and my team were trying to decide if we want like ambient and introvert music. Our music could be really loud and really rock, so I don't know if we really need it. So what would you say is important for ambient or just depends? Or can you just explain it?
I think it depends on where you are in the game. So, for example, if what kind of game are you making?
It's
Can you
like
say?
a shooter game, 2D spectacle shooter in like a
Okay.
ruined city.
Oh, in a ruined city?
Yeah.
Okay, I think ambience is pretty important for that then. I think it really depends on where you are. You know, if you're in a forest and it's just music, you need to hear a little bit of that texture. You know, even if it's just subtle, I would definitely. I know it's you worry about like, oh, the music's gonna be blaring, so no one's gonna hear the ambience. What's the point? Just try and mix it in a way that you can hear the ambience cut through. Maybe check on your frequencies. Maybe make sure if the music is really bassy, for example, if you have some like really deep electronic synth bass going on, maybe make the ambience a bit more white noisy and a bit like higher so you can actually distinguish between those things. Otherwise, if you have deep wind ambience with deep bass, like it's gonna get really blurry. So just try and think of like, you know, how can you separate that frequency spectrum in a way that people are going to be able to hear it? And yeah, hope that makes sense. Cool. Hi.
Hi.
My process, like how do I begin? Oh. Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. One thing I like to do, so when I start on a brand new project, I like to do something, it's from a film industry thing, it's called spotting list, but I like to apply it to video game setting as well. So I'll play the game, and I think actually, to be honest, the most important thing when you're doing game sound is play the game like a lot. And I'm not saying like just watch a video of it, like you have to really live in the game and understand it and feel it, and then once you've captured that feeling, then you can start. And what I like to do is make sure I go through and I go through the game without any sound, and I kind of, you know, use my imagination to see like what would work here, what would work there, and then I write it all down. Everything is a very structured, organized plan. You know, like you said, it's a very like subjective thing, but you have to go about it in an objective way because otherwise it is chaos. Like, you know, so you have to find the structure in that subjectivity in a way. It's hard to explain, but yeah, everyone's process is different. But what I like to do is, like I said, I play the game like so much, and then I can get a feel of it, write down what it needs, and then start implementing it. And the sooner you implement your sounds, the better. Do not leave that last minute, because if you hire someone to do audio at the end, like you might have missed out on so much that you didn't even realize, and you know the budget could be way different, or you know it's a disaster. So always get audio people on as early as possible because they can influence a lot of the game too. It's not just about the programmers, you know, like we can influence the game with our sounds first sometimes, and then things will be inspired. And oh, yeah, kind of a rant, but yeah. Hi.
How long were you composing for? I mean, practicing composing before you started, you know, doing game music.
It's kind of a tricky question because, like, when do you officially become a composer? You know, it's like I was playing piano when I was 9, and I was just playing piano, like making songs, because that's just what you do when you're a kid and you're exploring an instrument. So, like, was I a composer then? You know, like you can ask yourself, like, do I only become a composer when I've made my first like amount of money on it? Like, where is that line drawn? And I like to say that I've been doing this for 5 years because that's when I got my first job doing it. So like I kind of count from there. But you know, I got hired pretty quickly. I went to university in the UK, and I graduated in 2021. I got a job like a month later. So like I was very lucky to have that path. So I'm still like exploring it, you know, and it doesn't really end. So you never like sit down and you're like, cool, I did it. It's like, no, you'll be doing it for the rest of your life. You know? So hope that answers your question. Hi.
Where can we hear your music with a live orchestra?
Oh yes, good question. So if anybody in this room would like to hear some of my live music, we kindly have over there some very special people. And on the 14th of March, correct, we are having a Baby in Yellow live orchestra concert. So that is the first time that my music's going to be played live, my game music, and it's happening at KMFA Studios. Density 512 is going to be playing, that's the orchestra, and it's going to be absolutely crazy. It's going to be amazing. So if anybody does want to come to that, let me know, because yeah, it's going to be really cool. Thank you.
One more question.
Oh, okay. We have time for one more, I guess. Cool. Hi.
Where in the UK were you educated?
Oh, so I'm from Italy originally. I was born in Rome, but I moved to the UK when I was 5 years old. I moved to a place called Wales. From Rome to Wales. Where in Wales? Cardiff. Yeah, Cardiff. And then I studied sound for games. I literally did a degree called sound for games. Not really necessary. You can learn all of this without doing it. But it did help me a lot. It helped me it helped guide me through what I want. I didn't know what I was doing, so it did help me a lot. And I went to university in Bristol. And yeah, and now I live here. And I love Boston. It's a great place. All right, thank you so much. Thank you for your time and all the questions. Thank you.